Okay, right now I got it aimed out the camera, aimed out the sunroof. And the sunroof's a little dirty, but that's okay. I just trying to pull it a little closer to my face as well, so I'm putting it in a different position because I want to be able to talk to the camera for a couple minutes, and that's not usually what I do when I'm doing these research vids. I just got the camera out there, right? George DePorgy. What a nice guy doing all that for the lady. So I got a message from Dean Hayes, the person that I was doing the last series with, and I had not heard from Dean. Hi, Dean. Hopefully you come to this video. But I just messaged you back, Dean, and just wanted to make a quick video on this because I don't think any of the other subscribers that are on my channel are gonna really know these things that I'm going to talk about either because I don't usually talk about them. Nothing that anyone can do. But my channels are I'm gonna at least do a disappearing act if my channels don't. I noticed that YouTube put a squash on my videos again. He started squashing them in several different ways. And I noticed that the subscribers that I was excited about getting new subscribers over the last few months, but now I'm realizing that I'm realizing that it was all just YouTube. It just seems like that was YouTube, something they did. I don't know what. Maybe they added me to the algorithm, you know, and now they took me back down. But I noticed that I'll roll my window up in a minute. I'm just having a cigarette, and I'm sneezing and driving and everything. So, I've known for quite a long time that YouTube plays all these different games. They'll put robots, a bunch of robots on there, or they'll put humans on there who are just agents of the state. Um, I'm noticing now that they took that play all. There was an option that said play all on my channel. All my channels actually, I could do that. That option has gone away now. So they have me, the creator of my own videos, watching all kinds of space alien nonsense, bullshit, space launches. Every time I play one of my own moon videos, the next to the right of the screen are all these options of shit that I have no interest in, that I would never go to. Mainstream lying motherfuckers, and they go to all those. Even me, my own computer, my own channel that I'm watching my own channels on my computer, and then all of a sudden my computer tells me this is what I want to watch. This is what Google is recommending. That someone who watches that laptop or that iPad, that all of a sudden now I'm interested in outer space bullshit stories from mainstream fucking liars from the education system. I mean, come on, man. It's fucking ridiculous. So that's been very frustrating and aggravating. Um, I try to stay away from copyright shit, stuff like that, but they nail me on that as well. And then let's get to a parking space. Yeah, I guess that way would be good. Be better that way. Let's see. guess it don't really matter. I guess right here. So anyway, so I mailed Dean back or whatever it's called, comment section. I messaged him back in the comment section, and Dean had some questions and some concerns because he's admittingly seeing everything that I'm showing you guys. Maybe not everything, but he's at least admitting to seeing some of it. So it's concerning if Dean really is seeing this and seeing what it is I'm showing you. That's not the big deal to me. Everybody sees it. Everyone can see it. The big deal to me is there's someone that's admitting to seeing it. All right. So he seems to be the second one, maybe the third that has claimed to see it in the last 8 years. Because now we're coming up on Halloween, and Halloween makes 8 years for me. 8 years of showing this to everyone, and no one ever looking. And then the people that do look, the few that look, um, out of them, how many of them actually see everything that I'm showing you? Well, I need to know that, and that's one of the reasons. That's one of the reasons why I uh, whatever you want to call it, test people or feel people out is the way that I worded it to him in the mail. You know, I needed to feel you out. I said because I wanted you to take over the channel because I know that all my channels actually, all three that are left, because I've been through a lot of channels since starting this medical industry. I didn't stand a chance. I mean, I had 0 subscribers except myself. From my other channels, I would subscribe to a channel and then not tell anybody about it because what was happening was there was people following me from the Michael Oziak channel and Miguel Everyone channel and several other channels actually that they would subscribe to the new channels and then fuck with me. So I tried to leave them out of it, and I had done those medical channels. I called them medical channels. Um, they were, and those channels got disappeared on me. Those channels, I mean, totally disappeared. It was way different than the shit they were putting me through on the Michael Oziak channel. This was a whole new ball game for me. I had never seen them do anything like that. Meaning Google, YouTube, whoever the slave masters are, whoever you want to refer to them this week. It's really us. It's really the 7.8 billion zombie slaves who insist on our own enslavement. So some of the things that I was giving you to do, Dean, were three main things. One of them, I wanted you to upload some research videos of the cloud level, or the rocks, or the trees. I think is the way that I worded it, if I remember correctly. And throughout a bunch of videos, just like I'm doing now, I would mention it, just like I'm doing now. And that the reason why I'm mentioning it now is because that's what this is. I'm at work right now. I'm coming into work. I'm on a job that I'm doing, and I got my cameras rolling. So, granted, people around you will call you fucking nuts. I don't know. I just get used to it. Um, there's going to be nobody that's going to side with you. You might as well keep it to a minimum when you're on the street because otherwise, I did it yesterday. If you listen to yesterday's videos, you'll hear me talking to a girl that came out of a store over here asking me what I was doing. She saw me adjusting my camera because in between jobs, I run outside if I see where the clouds are going. It's that simple. My point is this does not take any effort. There's no effort here to doing this, right? So anybody that says to me, "Oh, I got my job going on, I don't have time," and all, yeah, you got 5-10 minutes for your ride to work to stick your camera out your sunroof. You can, and that's all I'm looking for. because that's not even the part that interests me. Is not your research vids. The part is what we're gonna go through once you upload your research vids. So once your research vids are uploaded to your channel, then I would go back and remaster them. I don't remaster much anymore in my own videos. It's not worth it. I mean, I get nothing out of them. There's less views on my remasters, which take me time and take time out of my life to do and explain things and talk about shit and have to argue with people who are going to hear the words coming out of my mouth. Those get shitty views, and it takes a long time to get those shitty views. So we get 10, 15 views over a 6 months to a year period, I mean, it's ridiculous. So I noticed that my uptick in my videos went down again. Now I'm gonna take some of that credit that they went back down again to say that that's because I talked in several videos. I remastered some moon videos. I went back and remastered 2 moon videos and did a lot of talking in them. I did the other video there where I pulled out my model. It's not my model, it's the model, but I pulled it out and I talked about a model that I had built based on what I can see with my own eyes. So when I do that and I talk about those things, people get fucking scared away and they freak out and they don't admit that that's why they're running. They get angry, is what they tell me. They're angry. Remember the guy from a month or two back who's so pissed off about cloud videos? And it's like, that's bullshit. Why would somebody be angry about cloud videos? If I'm not talking in the videos, then you cannot claim to be mad. He was angry that I'm posting these cloud vids. I tell everyone that I'm putting on filters on the camera. You know what I mean? So the kid that just walked by is the kid that got his Jeep towed away yesterday for some bullshit reason. Stadies got him over there in the parking lot, and now he's walking to work. And I seen the cop laughing about it. He's laughing about the to the tow truck driver yesterday because I got out of the car and walked over there and see what was going on. I didn't take the camera with me. I was gonna, but I didn't. And then nice Jeep too. He's got a nice Jeep, and I mean, it's a $10,000-$15,000 vehicle. So whatever was going on, whether his registration expired or some kind of shit, or his license was revoked or some shit, who knows? So I think they either made him walk or they took him away. I tried looking in the car and I didn't see anybody, and I didn't want to seem like I was too interested, so I just kind of kept going. Anyways, back to Dean. So Dean, that was one of the things I wanted you to do, was just throw your camera up like this, right? And I was keeping an eye on your channel there for a couple of weeks. I was keeping an eye out to see what you were doing, if you were doing any of it or anything like that, and I didn't see anything. So I said, okay, so he's probably not going to do that. And then you came back in and said that you were busy with work and everything, which I have an appreciation for. I understand that life's got to go on, and I don't want anyone to go insane trying to, um, you know, trying to look at all this and see it for what it is. Um, it's not the point. It's not going to do us any good if everyone's going insane. So, so then that never happened. Then the next one was um, download some moon photographs, print them preferably, but if you don't print them, at least download some moon photographs so that I can show you and you and I can start remastering some moon photos or moon videos, either one. And then I checked your channel for that. And then the next message I got back from you was, Mike, I don't really see much going on in the moon. So I said, okay, so he's not going to be able to really see this, and he's not, maybe at the cloud level, maybe in the rocks and the dirt and stuff like that. Maybe he's able to see it, but in the moon, he just can't get his head around it, so he's not going to be willing to look. So I took that as you're losing interest. You're not really, you had questions. You wanted me to explain more things, but you were not willing to go and do the things I was asking you to do. So even if you didn't see things in the moon, I explained that during that video that, you know, you may not, it may take you some time of looking, because you have to keep looking, you have to continue looking. And I even heard you say that to someone else that was came in and was questioning the clouds, another dude that seemed like he was seeing it as well. And then you told him the same thing. You said, dude, just keep looking, that's the best advice, keep looking. So that's exactly right. So I was kind of torn. And does he see it? Does he not see it? Is he getting it? What the fuck is going on here? Um, and then always in the back of my mind, sorry, but it's just the way it goes. Is he an agent? Is this fucking dude an agent of the state who fooled me? Because I can be fooled. I'm so fucking desperate for attention, if that's what they want to call it. But I want others to be able to see it without argument. And no, you didn't do that as well, right? So I gave it one last opportunity. I gave it one last chance to see if you were still on board or not. Because you can tell me that you're on board all day long. That's not words, as you know by now. Words do nothing to me. Even the words that come out of my mouth, I tell everybody, do not believe nothing that comes out of the human mouth, including mine. You don't want to be bothered. Even though I try as hard as I can not to lie about things, I can't help it. All the math that I was taught all my life has been a lie due to the zero and infinity being in the math. Um, my language, every word and syllable that comes out of my mouth is a fucking lie, because they put letters in the alphabet, all the alphabets that are lies. They should not even be there. So therefore, the way that I see things now are based on reality, and I know these things. Physics, you could say, "Oh, this is correct about physics, and that's correct about physics." Those are not lies. Yes, they are. They're all lies. Everything out of our fucking mouths is a lie. So, in order to know truth and reality, you have to go look, you have to see it. It's not something that can be told to you, because the only ones talking are us humans, and we are liars. But, it's purposeful. So, so I asked you next, I said, can you make some playlists? I asked you, and I asked two or three other people who claimed that they were interested in what I was showing them. And they were at least at the cloud level, they were seeing it. Now I think that Dean is seeing it at the cloud level and in rocks. He's able to admit to it in those two areas. So if that's the case, fine, make videos of it so that we can remaster it and I can show you more. We can continue the journey of knowing, and that would have been great, but that didn't happen. You never did that either. And then I said, the playlist. Now I have a reason for the playlist and for all of this. The reason being, and I told you about it, but I don't harp on it, because YouTube sees everything that we're writing in those sections. So if I keep giving away everything that I've got on my mind and what I'm thinking and how I can protect my channel and protect what it is I'm showing all of you, then how the fuck am I going to do that if I keep telling the enemy, which is the platform that I use, that we all use, in order to communicate with each other, which is ridiculous. So I had to explain a little bit to you about using the true creator's energy in order to communicate with each other. We all have this ability. I explained a little bit of it, quite a bit of it, enough to make you go sit back and think about what I was saying. And then when you do sit back and think about what I'm saying, you'll understand it and realize it. And then even if you're not still can't get over yourself and you still don't feel like it's working, you would still be trying. I didn't get none of that over the last month and a half, or whatever it's been. I think it gradually got less and less. But in the beginning, before I said that to you, I was communicating with you, and then when you said your girlfriend sees it too, I began a communication with you and with her, and I was getting it. I was receiving it. I was getting the messages that you didn't know how it worked. I was getting the messages that you didn't really believe it, but I was getting the messages. Then, after I told you a little bit about it, talked about it, then it got less and less. So I don't know if you wrapped your head in tinfoil and refused to let the messages go out. And if you did, that's useless, because it doesn't work that way. But anyways, so I don't know what the fuck happened. And then, and so I thought, I need somebody to take over my channels. I'm going to be losing my housing. Um, my wife and I are going to be splitting. We actually split years ago, but it's getting worse and worse and harder for us to even be in the same vicinity with each other. The level of disgust that we have for each other is just so far gone now, that I have to go. And I was trying to hold out and wait for my kids to be old enough, and I wanted to be able to have some imprint or impact on my children, and I was, but it was very minimal. I had to keep my mouth shut about most of what I know, because if I say anything, and I know a lot more shit than what I'm telling you guys about. I mean, we could talk about oh my God, I still have not even talked to you about the Metellus. The Metellus is a huge thing that everyone should be aware of and know of. Um, the mineral streets and the chemtrails they dump on our heads and all that. I haven't gotten into any of that because I have to stay away from it. Otherwise, YouTube just shuts me down real quick, and my videos will definitely won't get out there. So instead, what I do is I just aim the fucking camera at the sky and let the true creators work, tell the story. And nobody wants to listen to the story. No one wants to go look at the true creators work and see it for what it is. It's fucked up. It's backward, motherfucking fucked up, all upside down world. So, anyways, all the things that I've predicted over the years have all come to fruition now. Here we are in 24. All the things I was saying in 2017, 18, 19, 20, 21, 8 years, 8 fucking years of warning all of you about all of these things that are coming to play now. Everything from the diseases and sicknesses, which we're still being lied to about them all. I would point you to go look up my old videos where I talk about the Metellus. The Metellus is the answers to all them things, right? If you want to talk about the mineral streets and the chemtrails situation, geoengineering and cloud seeding, and you want to hear me talk about it, I can't do that in my most recent videos over the last few years. I can't. I say very little about it, very little. I sarcastically say those words, but even saying those words without any detail, talking them, backing them up, still deprives my videos from being able to be released to the public, because that has to do with the sunlight, us, our health, the humans' health, and it's so ignored, it's ridiculous. So, along with controlling weather and manipulating weather, you have the idea and the fact that um, the humans, not only humans, all bio creatures for that matter, need that sunlight. Our bodies won't create, first of all, vitamin D. So we have huge vitamin D deficiency. So you add that up with the food industry, and you put down what we're missing in our sunlight, because we're trailed in every fucking day like this. So these videos that I'm showing you guys, that I get messages from some of you guys that are out there. Some are subscribers, some are not. Cool clouds. Okay, fucking okay. That's why I don't respond to you guys, because I'm not playing that fucking shit. Or or another one that I got this morning that I seen, and you guys might be nice people, but man, you're fucking missing out on so much if that's what cool filter. That's a cool filter, right? So that means he must have listened, and I must have talked and said something about the filter or something like that. Otherwise, it's cool clouds, as if that's what I'm trying to show you. No, I'm trying to show you that the fucking clouds are not even clouds. What you're calling clouds are not fucking clouds. There's no such thing as Mother Nature other than the human uh, psyche, right? It's fucking the human lie machine has convinced us that there's these mystical gods and shit like this. It's fucking ridiculous. The true creator, if even cared, would be totally ashamed of you. But the true creator does not give a fuck about us, and neither does the false creator slash creator, who is the creator of the bio realm. Neither give the fuck about what the shit we do. It's the human top less than 1% that are controlling every fucking thing that we do. But it's not their fault. It's the zombie slaves. It's us. It's the 7.8 billion that would say stupid shit like that and bring religious bullshit over reality. and continue on this religious fucking journey all the way to your own death. And that's when and your own children's death for that matter. I mean, you're watching it all happen right in front of your face. Economies collapsing, laws are so tyrannic nowadays. It's fucking unreal. Everything is all upside down world, and you're still pretending. Cool filters, cool filters. Wow, yeah. You're not gonna look at the fucking camera. You're not gonna look and see that it's feline, canine, rodent, ape, human, and beast over and over from the veil to the ground. Really, you're gonna try to deprive me of my reality, and it's not my reality that I'm keeping to myself. It's a reality that we can all just see with our own eyes if we look. Now I can trick you all into seeing this. I can trick you all. I do it all the time. But for the last couple of years, I'm rarely in a tricky mood. I don't give a fuck. I don't want to play the game anymore, you know? So now I just say it. I just say it. I say what it is. I don't watch out for people's feelings or the propaganda that you all pretend to believe in, because that's all you're doing. You're pretending to believe in it all. Because when you have other people that are showing it to you, for example, the chemtrails, right? I mean, you show people the chemtrails every fucking day, tens of thousands of them at a time. You could show it to them, point up at the sky in person, on camera. It doesn't matter. They will not look. They will refuse to look. So therefore, if you're going to refuse to look at the trails that are dump sacking you, then how can we talk about the food industry or corporations owning everything, including your governments, and you pretending not to notice this, for hundreds of years at least, right? If you go back to your great grandparents, and your great grandparents refused it, your grandparents refused it, your parents refused it, you refused it, and now you're teaching your children and grandchildren to refuse it. I mean, and then I'm supposed to feel bad and say, "Oh well, because you fought in the war for me. Oh, thank you for your service." And all. No, you chose to fucking ignore it. You chose to fucking make up stories or go along with stories. Bullshit, man. Fucking bullshit. We're all in on this together. Fucking lying motherfuckers. And then right down to the end, they will watch their own children be treated like this, the way that we're all being treated now. Doesn't matter what country, it's every country, because we demand it. We demand to be treated like this. And at the same time, we pretend in many different cultures, in many different ways, we pretend that this is, you know, acceptable. It's fucked up, man. It's fucked up. So anyway, I'm going to be not having any internet soon, because I'm going to most likely be living in my car for the winter. And then I'm going to still try to stay around my children. I want to be around my kids still, because I want to, like I said, I try to have as much impact on them as I possibly can. And I want them to know their father. So even though everyone else in their life will tell them I'm nuts, I still want them to have a chance. And so So I kind of was hoping that Dean would take over the channel. Anyways, there's my 30 minutes. Dean, I'll see you in the messages, and I'll try to stay in touch with you um, over the next couple of days, and we'll talk a little bit more about this. Yeah, this is a 30-minute camera. It's at 31 minutes.